I'm really excited to talk today because I feel like with this topic, it's one of those things that I could talk about for a million years and write a whole PhD dissertation on. We're talking about confidence as a masculine presenting woman, as a masc lesbian. I've been on TikTok for several years at Claire_Holt12, and my primary driving force and reason for starting that account is because I think representation matters. I think confidence matters. I didn't have representation, and I struggled a lot with my coming out, with my coming to my identity, and like it means a lot to me to be representation for people and also speak on topics like this to kind of give like people hope and direction. And I just empathize with this tremendously, so I'm excited to make this video. I have a bunch of like points I'm gonna get to, and my goal is kind of by the end of this video, we'll have some mindset shifts and you'll have just some hope for the future of things that are gonna happen over time the more you like buy into this business of being and becoming yourself. I want to give a brief backstory with my own experience. So I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, like the deep South. And if you know anything about the deep South, you know that it can be like politically a very conservative Republican place. It can be a homophobic place. It can be a place that's really has a lot of roots in religion. And that affected my coming out story. And it was really difficult to be a lesbian in the South, much less a masc lesbian in the South. And when I really started coming out, like I had a secret girlfriend in high school, and I would consider my official coming out public to the world and everybody when I went to college. I went to school in Virginia, which is still Southern, but to me it was like, I'm moving up north, big city girl, blah, blah, blah. That was a big change and a good thing for me. Now I live in Denver, Colorado, which has been an even like further step towards feeling like I have my own place in an environment and community that is like really welcoming. Like I've really tapped into being myself, becoming myself here. And that's part of growing up in early 20s and all those things now. I know I have a lot of viewers who are like younger and are literally in the shoes that I used to be in terms of like trying to figure out how they want to dress, and then also trying to like love themselves. And there's all of this like shame and self-hatred that I went through, and I know that people are still going through now. And so I can definitely shed some light on some things. The first one is, I think when I was younger, I really wanted to be perceived as attractive. I think in the closet and when I first came out, I spent a lot of time feeling unattractive. Like not even because I'm literally genetically ugly, because like obviously not. No, I'm fucking with you. I'm kidding. But anyways, when I think about it now, I wasn't ugly. I was just gay. I didn't have any gay people in my life. I didn't have like a lot of gay friends. I had zero gay adult role models in my life at that time. And so that feeling of being different, of being like the ugly duckling, is what made me feel not cute. And so when I was trying to like figure out how I want to dress, and I'm trying to present masc, and I'm trying to like come out and be myself, I was really worried about how attractive everyone perceived me. And this is gonna sound weird, but it mattered to me that my family looked at me and thought, I get it, like she's cute. Or like my friends, the straight people I know, my classmates, like I didn't want to be looked at and be like, that girl is not cute. I do not get it. Like this was important to me. And this is one of those things that became unimportant to me. You're kind of setting yourself up to fail if you're gonna expect everyone to think a masc lesbian is attractive, simply because people are attracted to all different types of things. And if we're gonna be realer than real, like the heteronormative straight girl version of what being attractive is so different from lesbian attractive. And like the expectations and like the hierarchy in straight people world is just simply not the same. Like you're like, if you're gonna try and climb that ladder, maybe you could become the prettiest girl in the world regardless of being a lesbian. But then what? Then you lose yourself. What is the point in that? And I'll circle back to how that attempt to climb that ladder can lower your own self-confidence. But I think a big learning lesson, and it's much easier said than done, but you kind of have to let go of being perceived as attractive by everyone and also being understood by everyone. There's gonna be straight friends in your life that think that your outfit is ugly. Like the outfit I'm wearing right now, like this button down shirt. There's gonna be straight girls in the world. If I had a bunch of like really girly straight friends, honestly, I don't. And that's tea. But anyways, they might look at this and be like, I would never wear that, I don't like it. But they don't have the vision and they are not in this community. They can't really tell you. So I would say don't worry too much about their opinion. We live in different realities. We're going for different versions of what cute is, okay? So we have to let go of straight people beauty standards, and we have to let go of everybody liking us and everyone thinking we're attractive. It's simply not gonna happen. Imagine you care if men think you're attractive. You're a masc lesbian. Wake up. It's not gonna happen. Like, it might happen, but like, please don't lose sleep over something as stupid as that, okay? Second tip, instead of focusing on, I wanna be confident, I wanna come across as confident, focus on authenticity. One thing that I don't think people realize is that confidence comes through authenticity. In the example of myself, there was a time where I was trying to be girly and feminine and fit in with like the straight people girl trends. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, like fighting for my life to feel like I'm cute. And you think that if I meet these beauty standards, or like if I dress well according to these people, then they're gonna like me. And you never reach a genuine sense of confidence because you never tapped into a genuine sense of authenticity. I heard someone say, God knows who it was. It was like, you'll never be the best copycat in the world, but there's only one you, right? So I can be a very, very real ass version of myself, and that is gonna automatically come across better than like me trying to fit in or copy or look just like somebody else. Instead of being an actor playing a role of a character, you can just be yourself and not have to act. Much easier, much less effort, might I add. So with every decision you make, like when we're talking specifically about clothes, you need to be thinking about like, do I like how this makes me feel? Does this feel like me? Does this resonate with me? Like, and it's a difficult, long, like trial and error process, of course, like anything else. This is the message that I would like love to dig into the ground. Like, I'm telling you, don't waste your time on trying to be somebody else. And one funny paradox that I think about all the time that I only learned like when I got older was like, you think with presenting masc, like people perceive you as ugly. Men think you're ugly, straight girls think you're ugly, your family think that you're not cute, you can't dress, you look awful, why are you doing this to yourself, blah, blah, blah. That's what they think. And when you're trying to like make them happy, it never works, it never works. When you give up on that and you try to be yourself and you lock in and you want to dress masc and then you dress masc and you find ways that make you feel like comfortable and real in yourself, that authenticity is translated into a really, really raw sense of authentic confidence. And let me speak on this. And this is the truth that we're really ready to hear. This is really going to gas you. Other girls in the queer community, why do they like, ask a girl, why do you like masc lesbians? If you know someone in your life who just loves them a masc lesbian, ask them why. You know what they're gonna say? I just love the confidence. That is like top number one thing people say that is like most endearing? Like attractive about masc women is like, oh, the confidence. Yeah, because to walk around in boy clothes and I don't care what anybody thinks. I know I'm not supposed to walk around in boy clothes. I sit here and I do it every day. That is literally like a walking middle finger up. You would think that would make people hate you. It makes people like you. It makes people trust you. It makes people like, feel like they can be their authentic selves too. Cause you're showing up, I'm looking this way. Every room I enter, I'm dressed this way. I look this way. I don't code switch for anything. I'm sitting here, me is me, take it or leave it. And people appreciate that. So you really have to tap into this idea of radical self-acceptance. I love me as I am now, and I'm done fighting it anymore. The only way I got to that point of that type of self-acceptance is because, frankly, I tried everything else and it didn't work. Like, I tried to be cute. I tried to be conventionally feminine. I tried to be straight. It didn't work. Like, it kept kicking me down, kicking me to shit. It's exhausting me every single day. Like, all of that didn't work, and so I finally give in to, you know what does Claire want? You know, maybe being liked by everyone isn't as important as liking yourself. Collect that tea. Don't waste years and years hating yourself or shaming yourself or feeling guilty and awful. Like, the faster you can come to terms with I accept myself, and it's a process that is not gonna happen overnight, and you can't just decide one day, but little by little, break it down, get there, girl. Fourth thing, when we're talking about the way we dress and actually showing up every day in the way that we dress, that can be a big like obstacle to undertake. Like, let's say you've been dressing one type of way your whole life and all of a sudden you decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wear the boys' clothes I've always wanted to. And you go and you buy a whole new wardrobe and you totally change overnight and start dressing completely different. I would caution people against that. I would say the most effective strategy would be to take gradually increasing little risks. Like, see how much you can change up your wardrobe and feel comfortable with. Like, get one little outfit that feels a little bit out there, get some little wins under your belt, and like you gradually increase the risks that you're taking. This also is good just because we simply with being a masc woman, like there's not that much representation. You're gonna have to learn how to shop in the men's section. You're gonna have to figure out your sizes. There's like an extended period of trial and error. How do I want to do this? And if you go all out and like buy a whole new wardrobe, then you're burning up a lot of money on stuff that you might not really like. It's not your personal style, doesn't fit you the way you need. So I would say like gradually build out your literal taste for what looks good on my body and what feels like me is something that takes time to develop, and it develops through trial and error experimentation. So have some patience and give yourself a little bit of grace. Not everything has to be changed overnight. I would never judge. Like, there's gonna be outfits that you put on that you thought were decent at the time and you look back and you're like, those are ass. I even have empathy for my younger self in her ass outfits, genuinely. I'm like, you know what, she was trying. There's like a deeply spiritual, rewarding feeling. It's like I'm about to get woo-woo, but it's like the universe is guiding you in a specific way. And when you're tapping into the authentic self that the universe like wants you to be, there's like a very, very powerful, internally rewarding thing that comes from that. It's less about, I'm gonna try to not care what people think. It's more about, I care what I think. And I love loving myself. I love when I let my real self come out. I like her. I like her. Another tip, you absolutely must find queer community. This is a life-saving #1 difference changer in terms of me accepting myself, was not always feeling like I'm the only. Like in every room, I'm the only gay person. I'm the only person in my friends that dresses like a boy. Everyone else is like a really, really cute, pretty girl. Like that messes with your mental, literally. At the very least, like get on the internet, follow queer creators, watch their vlogs, surround yourself in that, because in your brain, it needs to feel more normal, because it is. And I spent a lot of time when I was living in Alabama at home, like there wasn't that vibe around. Now that I'm here in Denver, like I have a ton of queer friends. I go out to like queer bars, queer spaces, there's queer events. Like I'm in that scene all the time. It makes everything feel so normal. And like I'm not the only one dealing with things. Like we've all kind of dealt with things. And also it helps in this nature of not having to explain things to straight people all the time. Like I have a ton of queer friends here. I have masc lesbian friends here, so we can all go out and hang out together, and we all dress in boy clothes, so it's really not that serious. I don't feel like ostracized 24/7. Oh my god, like this whole topic speaks to me in a way that like it makes me emotional to speak about, because I know that it can be really hard, and I hope people hear this message and it helps somebody, because it matters that people feel like they're allowed to take up space, they're allowed to be themselves, and it's gonna work out. When I think about like my little younger self running around in Alabama, running around thinking that I was a sinner, that I was gonna go to hell, thinking I would never find love, thinking I'd have to spend my entire life in the closet, like these are legitimate thoughts I had as a younger person. It makes me so sad. I fought myself for a really long time, and it's crazy to me how much things have changed from then to now. And if you would have like, this is so corny, but like genuinely, the younger Clara would have never ever believed that life could have turned out this good. Like I dress however I want. I have a closet full of almost exclusively men's clothes now, okay? And I wear that around shamelessly. And people like that about me. It's not even a thing that people have to like deal with. They like that about me. I have a whole platform where I'm very like publicly out. In my own personal life, I'm publicly out. Like I never thought this would be possible. I moved across the country to a completely different city where there is community, there is acceptance. I want to encourage everyone to like open yourself up to the possibility that life could get way better. Open yourself up to the possibility that the way things are now may not be at all the way things are later. Like this is the like message of hope that is so significant to me. Like there are ways and there are futures that exist where you aren't battling with this every day, and you do accept yourself, and it's not something you think about all the time. So I just want to exist and post this to say that if you're a person that's dealing with this, and if you're watching this, you probably are, like, it gets better. it gets so much better than you can even imagine. And I'm not naive to the place of privilege that I come from. I get it. And you know, I'm white and thin and able-bodied and like all of these things. I live in a country where it's not illegal. And I know for a fact there are viewers watching this who live in countries where it's illegal. I have DMs in my Instagram every single day from people like this who legitimately have concerns for their safety if they were to be out and proud and stuff. So it's not over my head that everyone couldn't come and live the exact same life and have the exact same success that I do. But I am speaking to, like, it does matter that people think that they're not going to burn in hell forever for their life. They deserve to be here. They don't have to sacrifice their entire existence for other people's approval, for their community's approval, for their religion's approval. And I'm kind of going off on my horse here, but I am kind of saying, like, there's reasons for hope. And if that feels too selfish, or you're worried about what everyone thinks all the time because you're trying to do what you want, and I want you to think about the effect you have on other people when you're out and proud. Like, I'll give an example from my life. When I was in school, there was an older girl on my like basketball team who was out and proud. I was very far in the closet. Seeing her exist, be treated with respect, wear what she wanted to wear, and people weren't giving her lip for it, like, the fact that she existed and was doing that made me feel like it was safe enough for me to do that, right? There is a silent audience of people that are watching you who feel safer because you're in the room, because you exist, because you're out and proud. And imagine the difference in the world if everyone was themselves. If everyone who could be out was out. Like, think about it, kids. There are kids that hate themselves because they don't see representation. If that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. So I made this video as like a special topic rant, and I just want everyone out there, younger than me, older than me, like just anyone who's like trying to figure themselves out and like on this battle of like becoming yourself and having the confidence to want to be yourself, and like struggling with that, struggling with guilt, struggling with shame. It gets so much better. I've been through it. Everyone has been through it. And this is like a message of hope. I come on here and I make these like stupid little vlogs and post my stupid shit on Instagram and TikTok, but I just want to exist to show, look at how good life can be. Open yourself up to the possibility that your life could be so much better than it is now. It's gonna be okay. Big sister pep talk, big sister pep talk energy right now. Big sister pep talk energy. You're that bitch, you're that girl. You literally can do it. It's gonna be okay. Fuck the haters, fuck what they think. You're so hot and confident, it's unbelievable. I'm so happy for everyone who watched this video. Please let me know what you think. Please leave a comment or DM me on Instagram privately, and I would love to get back to you. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you all for all the support on my YouTube journey I'm trying to go through. And yes, have a great day. It gets better.